welcome students. In the last video lecture, I had explained you arithmetic mean and the practical sums related to it. Now in this video lecture, I am going to explain you the combined mean and weighted mean. Okay, so let's start with it. That is exercise 3.2 that I am going to start with today. First of all, I'll explain you what is combined mean. Combined means whenever the mean is given to you separately of different groups of observation, and whenever it is asked to you to combine the mean of all the different groups, then we have to find the combined mean by applying the specific formula that you can see that I have written on the board, that is x bar c. The combined mean, students, it is denoted by x bar c. C, that is for combined mean. Okay, so it is symbolically represented as x bar c, and the formula to find the combined mean of different groups of observation, that is n1 x1 bar plus n2 x2 bar upon n1 plus n2. Now students, if there are three different groups, mean of three different groups is given to you, then you have to carry forward your formula up till n3 also. Okay, again repeating, if there are three different groups, three different mean of three different groups that are given to you, then you have to carry forward your data up till n3 x3 bar. Okay, and over here also it would come n1 plus n2 plus n3. Again repeating, if there are three different mean given of three different groups of observation, then you have to carry forward your data up till n3 x3 bar and upon n1 plus n2 plus n3. Okay, over here in the first sum that I have done, there are only two different means given of two different groups of observation. That's why I have carried forward my formula up till n2 x2 bar only. Okay, so again repeating, combined mean is the mean that is given of different groups. To combine that mean of different groups, we have to apply the formula of combined mean. Okay, and the formula or the representation of combined mean, symbolically it is represented as x bar c, and the formula to find the combined mean, that is n1 x1 bar plus n2 x2 bar plus n3 x3 bar upon n1 plus n2 plus n3. It depends. Suppose there are only two groups, mean of two groups is only given to you, then you have to carry forward your data up till n2 x2 bar only. If the data is given of three different groups, then you have to carry forward your formula up till n3 x3 bar. Okay, so it depends upon the question. Okay, now after understanding what is combined mean, it would be mentioned to you to find the combined mean in the question, and accordingly you have to apply the formula and place the given data in the question. Okay, now after understanding the meaning and the formula of combined mean, let us start with exercise 3.2, that is on page number 81 of your textbook. Question number 1 that I am reading first of all. The mean daily wage paid to 75 skilled workers of a factory was 280 rupees, whereas the mean daily wage paid to 125 skilled workers was rupees 115. It means two different data or two different means are given to you of two different groups of workers. The first 75 workers, their mean of their wages is given to you 280 rupees, and the second one, that is 125 workers, their mean wage that is given to you 150 rupees. We have to find the combined mean of all the 200 workers, that is 75 plus 125. Okay, so here it is asked in the question, that is find the mean wage of all the workers. So it is understood that we have to find the combined mean including of both the means of both the group of workers, that is 75 plus 125. So we have to apply over here the formula of combined mean. Okay, so here you can see, first of all I have written the data that has been given to you in the question. The first one, that is n1, that is the first group of workers, that is 75. Okay, so I have written over here n1, that is 75. First mean of 75 workers that is given to you 280 rupees. That is the wage, average wage that came of 75 workers, that is 280 rupees. So x1 bar, that is 280 rupees. Second group that is given of 125 workers, that is n2. And the mean of that 125 workers that is given to you 150 rupees. Okay, so x2 bar that came to 150 rupees. So this much data has been given to you in the question. First of all, see that whatever the data that has been given to you in the question, that you represent it according to the formula, and then you apply all the data in the given formula. Okay. Now as you can see, there are data of only two different observations or only two different groups, so no need to carry forward till the third value. So I am rubbing the third part of it. It was just for your explanation. Okay, so now here two roots are given. So our formula for combined mean, that would be n1 x1 bar plus n2 x2 bar upon n1 plus n2. Okay, now what is the value of n1? That is 75. So 75 into bracket x1 bar, that is 280. So 75 into 280 plus next one, that is n2 value, that is 125, x2 bar, that is 150 upon n1 plus n2, n1 that is 75 and n2 that is 125. Okay, now 75 into 280 multiplication you will do, you will get the answer, that is 21,000, and over here 125 into 150 you will do, then you will get the multiplication, that is 18,750, and in denominator 75 plus 125 would come to 200. Okay, now adding the numerator 21,000 plus 18,750, you will get 39,750, and in denominator 75 plus 125 is equal to 200. Okay, now dividing the numerator with denominator, you will get the answer of the combined mean, that is 198.75. It means the combined mean of 200 workers that came to 198.75 rupees. Okay, that is the combined mean of all the 200 workers. The mean that was given to you, first mean that was of only 75 workers. The second mean that was given to you, that was of only 125 workers. And this is the combined mean of all the 200 workers. Okay, so in this way you have to find the combined mean. Okay. Now, after understanding the first question, the next topic in this exercise, that is of weighted mean. Now, we have already studied, students, the topic of arithmetic mean. In case of arithmetic mean, the main limitation is that the equal importance is not given to all the observations. So, to remove that limitations, in case of weighted mean, the numerical value is given to each and every observation. That is called the weight, according to its importance. So over here there would be given weight for each and every observation according to its importance. Okay, so let us start or understand the next important method in this exercise, that is the weighted mean. Okay, weighted mean means to give the different weights to each and every observation according to its importance. That would be clearly mentioned to you, the weights in the question. Okay, so based on that weighted mean, that is question number 2. That is on the same page, that is 81. First of all, I am reading question number 2. Find the weighted mean of the percentage change in prices from the following data. It is clearly given to you that to find the weighted mean. Okay, what is the data given to you in the table? It is first one, that is food item, rice, wheat, tea, sugar and pulses. There are 5 different food items data that is being given to you. Second one, that is weight. Weight is denoted by WI. Okay, then afterwards next is percentage change in price. That will be denoted by XI. That will be denoted by XI. Okay, so here you can see I have prepared the table only. In the first column that I have written, that is food item. Second column I have written, that is weight, that is denoted by WI, that is given in the question. Third one, that is XI. XI means percentage change in price, that is given to you in the question. These 3 columns would be given in the question. Only you have to do the multiplication of WI and XI. Okay, so accordingly I have written the first letter of all the food items, that is rice, then afterwards given to you, that is wheat, tea, sugar and pulses. These are the food items, 5 different food items data that has been given to you. The second column, that is weight, is also given to you, that is 7, 10, 5, 8 and 2. Okay, so the total of WI, that is sigma WI, that would come to 32. Okay, next one, that is XI, that is also given to you, percentage change in price of each and every food items, that is given to you 134, 125, 115, 97 and 120. Now last column that we have to find out, we have to calculate. How to calculate? That is WIXI. WIXI means to multiply these 2 columns, weight and the percentage change in prices. Okay, so first value 7 into 134, you will do the multiplication, you will get 938. Next one 10 into 125, 1250. Next one 5 into 115, 575. Next one 8 into 97, 776. Last one 2 into 120 will come to 240. Now do the total of all this, you will get 3779. That is sigma WIXI. Okay, sigma WIXI. Now what is the formula to find the weighted mean? As we were writing symbolically combined mean as X bar C, in the same way to write symbolically weighted mean, we are writing X bar W. W, that is for weighted mean. Okay, so x bar w formula is sigma wi xi upon sigma wi. Again repeating both the formulas, because based on this two formulas only the entire exercise is dependent. Okay, the first formula that we have applied in the first sum, that was of combined mean. The formula of combined mean, that is n1 x1 bar plus n2 x2 bar upon n1 plus n2. That is the formula of combined mean. Now we are studying the second sum, in which we have to apply the formula of weighted mean. Weighted mean, that is denoted by x bar w. The formula is sigma wi xi upon sigma wi. Okay, now what is sigma wi xi total that we have got? That is 3779. Okay, so 3779 upon sigma wi total we have got, that is 32. So upon 32. 3779 divided by 32 you will be doing, you will get the answer, that is 118.09. So that is the weighted mean. Okay, so that is the end of the second sum. Now I am teaching you the fourth sum, that is the last sum of this exercise. Question number 3, you just tried in homework. That is very easy, so you can do it in your homework. Okay, now moving on to the fourth sum, that is on page number 82. I am reading that question. The mean marks of a student in 7 theory papers is 62. What should be the mean marks in 3 practical examinations so that his mean marks for the entire examination is 68? Now students, over here, the 7 theory papers marks, mean marks that has been given to you, that is 62. And the mean marks of 3 practical papers, that is not given to you. It means we have to find x2 bar over here. One more thing, so that his mean marks for the entire examination that includes both theory and practical. So it can be understood that the combined mean of both the examination, that is given to you 68. Okay, it means x bar c value that is given to you 68, and you have to find x2 bar over here. So it is little bit different sum, that's why I have chosen to explain you the fourth sum instead of the third sum. Okay, so let's see the calculation of third sum. As you can see, first one I have written the data that has been given to you in the question. First one, that is n1 that is total 7 theory papers. So first value of n, that is n1 is equal to 7. Next one, x1 bar, the mean of 7 theory papers, that is given to you 62. Okay, so I have written x1 bar is equal to 62. Next data that is given to you 3 practical papers. So n2 that I have taken as 3. But x2 bar, that is not given to you. The mean marks of 3 practical papers, that is not given to you. It means we have to find x2 bar. Okay, so x2 bar we have to find out. And the combined mean of the entire examination mean, that is given to you 68. So x bar c that is given to you, and you have to find x2 bar. Okay, so with the same formula, that is of combined mean, we can find out by doing the cross multiplication. We can find the value of x2 bar. How to find it? Let us see. Okay, now the formula, again repeating, x bar c, that is combined mean, is equal to n1 x1 bar plus n2 x2 bar upon n1 plus n2. Okay, now x bar c, that is combined mean, that is given to you in the question, that is 68. So I have placed here 68 is equal to n1, that is 7, x1 bar, that is 62. So 7 into 62 plus n2 that is given in the question, that is 3. So 3 x2 bar that we have to find out upon n1 plus n2. n1 that is 7 and n2 that is 3. So 7 plus 3. Okay. Now 68. 7 plus 3 means 10. Okay. So 68 into 10 I have done cross multiplication. It comes to 680. Okay. 680 is equal to 7 into 62. It would come to 434 plus 3 x2 bar that I have kept as it is. Okay. Now what I'll do? I'll take 434 to the left hand side. So 680 minus plus 434, on the opposite side it would become minus 434. Okay. So 680 minus 434 is equal to 3x2 bar. Okay. Now doing the subtraction of this two value, you will get 246. Now this is in multiplication. On the opposite side it would become division. These rules you are knowing it, students. Plus will become minus, minus will become plus. Multiplication will become division, and division will become multiplication. Okay, so over here it is in multiplication with x2 bar, so on the opposite side it will come in division. Okay, So 246 divided by 3 is equal to x2 bar. Okay, so 246 divided by 3, you will get the answer by dividing, that is 82 marks. So the combined mean of, so the mean of the 3 practical papers, that is 82 marks. Okay, so x2 bar value that we got, that is 82 marks. Okay, so that was a different sum compared to the first, second and third sum. That I have explained you the fourth sum. So that's all for today, students. In the next video lecture, I'll be explaining you the exercise 3.3, that is based on geometric mean. Till then, goodbye, keep practicing, stay blessed.